was going to plan a time to talk to you guys about this, but I just have a really strong feeling to just tell you now. I found a way to manifest and meditate the things that I want in my life, and I'm just gonna tell you the steps, and you go through these steps while you're doing a meditation. You can do it while you're listening to one of my meditations during the singing bowls. I was gonna have this all planned out on paper, but I'm gonna just hold you up here. So I'm just gonna be very straightforward about it. This will probably not be long at all. But so the first step is to obviously close your eyes and really calm down. And with my singing bowls, usually I'll play each one once through, and during that time you imagine this line of consciousness, and that's all consciousness, your consciousness, all animals' consciousness, all people's consciousness, even objects, just like all reality is just on a thin line, and it always just hums in that straight line. And when you're meditating and you're imagining that line, you imagine that all reality is just on this small, thin line, and that nothing really matters. It all just comes down to this line. And I like to think of it as when you're relaxed and you're not worrying about anything, your body's just moving to a hum and a rhythm that everybody else does. And so does all the plants and the animals. Like, there's just this space of just being. And even like with objects, like there's like this frequency of where everything is just as it is. There's no overthinking. There's no like, oh, I'm gonna be late for work. It's gonna be, this is the bare minimum. This is what I am. And it's just that same frequency of nothing really matters. When I die, I'll just go back to that hum, and everything is in flow with this one hum. And it doesn't matter what you believe. This is just a way to think and imagine to help you calm down. So I go to that line and I just feel one with that hum. I just call it just consciousness, the string of consciousness. And throughout the first time I go through all the singing bowls, I just imagine just that. And I think, don't think of it as a bad thing, as nothing matters. But in this moment, it is important to think nothing really matters, because it helps you release everything that you're stressed about. Because it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're alive. And so through these steps, and you imagining what you want in life, what your dreams are, you realize that all the things that you're stressed about doesn't really matter, because no matter what, you're going to follow your dreams in one way or another. So there's the stream of consciousness, and you're just thinking about that. Once I finish each singing bowl, the first round, then I tend to, when I hit the next singing bowl after the first round, then you think of the first dream that you have. So, for example, so I did all the singing bowls, and while I'm going through each of those, I think of just one plane of consciousness. And then when I go to the next one, you can have up to 3 dreams, or even more if you want, but you'll have to probably just have your own meditation for that. But my meditations are just kind of geared towards having like 1 to 3 dreams that you have that you want to work towards. You can also put multiple dreams into one. For example, I really love cooking and I love plants, but I put them together as in I grow food. And it's important with your dreams to, when you think about it, think of it as if you already have it. It's manifestation. So your first one will happen, and as I do it, you imagine this string of consciousness and then a lightning bolt connecting you to that string of consciousness, hitting and connecting. So there's the first one, and then as I'm doing it, you imagine, first you say 3 times in your head, for example, I grow food, I grow food, I grow food. And then when you're done saying that in your head or out loud, up to you, you then imagine having that. It's really important to imagine you experiencing it and then feeling that happiness that you get from it. That's very important, to imagine that you already have it and this sense of joy from having that. So I did the first one, and then I go to another bowl. And you think of a lightning bolt hitting a second time. That first lightning bolt is still connected to the string of consciousness, and then there's a second lightning bolt that hits it. And that's the second one. So now there's 2 connected. And you say your next one. Let's see. So my first one is I own a business, but I'll say it for the second one. I own a business. I own a business. I own a business. Then you imagine it in your mind as I'm doing it. Imagine that you have it. Imagine that you're doing it. Think of the scenarios, and then think of the happiness of having that and the joy. And then I move to another bowl. Then the third feel healthy. When I imagine me being healthy, I imagine a green light moving out of me with protection symbols around me to help keep it in place. And that's just a visualization. I don't believe it's actually there. But visualization is very important to help you remember who you want to be. So the 3 lightning bolts have hit the string of consciousness. When I'm done with 3 bowls, sometimes I'll add in another, then I will go through again through the bowls, but this time, as I'm doing the bowls, the 3rd round, so first round, imagine string of consciousness. Second round, imagine your dreams connecting to the stream of consciousness. And the 3rd round, as I'm going through all the bowls, which I will slowly, you imagine scanning out and seeing the string of consciousness with your dreams connected. And as you scan out, you notice that the string starts to curve and turn into a circle. It's all connected and it loops around and around. And all the energy of everything is just looping. The energy is endless. And all the energy, you imagine it being sucked into you through those lightning bolts. Just going through and into you. You could also imagine it like going into your head and down. But as I go through the singing bowls, which in my videos they go a lot slower, so it gives you time to really imagine it. So it helps you think that in all situations, the universe is bringing that towards you. In whichever shape or form that it does, it is bringing it into you. And so I tend to, at the very end, I like to thank my deities that I work with, or my ancestors, spirit guides, the universe in general. I like to thank those people. But with whatever your belief is, you can thank whoever that is. If you don't believe in any certain thing or person, you can just thank yourself for doing this. But that's pretty much it. What I do in the day-to-day after I do this every morning, whatever happens, you can use it in a way to put towards your situation, put towards your dreams that you want. Things will happen and it will feel like it's working against you. And it is your job to figure out how to make it work with you. Go towards the path of least resistance. Like, I'll give you an example. I really wanted to grow a bunch of food in the kitchen, and my husband wasn't all for that. He thinks it looks messy, and it really makes him uncomfortable. That doesn't mean that I just get rid of all my plants and just don't have that dream. I have a room set now where I can do that because he does support my dreams, but I also need to respect other people. So instead of just throwing away your dream if one situation doesn't work, you find a different situation to make it work. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to share. And I felt really called to share it for some reason. But I really do, I want you guys to be able to follow your dreams too. I think, whether you believe it or not, I think I kind of struck gold with this rhythm that I found. And I don't think it's the only way. I think everyone can find their own ways that works best for them. But I found that this works amazing for me to help me visualize and see and plan how I can achieve my goals. And if you remind yourself every day what your goals are, you can stay on that path. And the more you stay on the path of your goals, the sooner you will achieve them. So that's all I wanted to share.